Hey everyone, I got this great opportunity to speak at a conference that Henry Washington put on for the day, helping investors in Northwest Arkansas learn about investing. And so in that, I got to teach on goal setting, which is something I love so much. Now, fun fact, it isn't particularly about goal setting, and I want you to figure it out, and we wanted to share it to you, share it to the world. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I share a lot of personal stuff in there about my personal journey and did I even reach my investment goals. So go ahead, take a look, and let's get going. Thanks.
Ryan's gonna talk about goal setting. Goal setting is important. It's your North Star. You gotta know where you're trying to go because decision fatigue is real in this business. You're gonna get overwhelmed with a ton of decisions, and it's very hard to make decisions when you don't know where you're going. Also, a lot of the times we think we know what we want to do until you do a deal and you realize you may not want to do that thing at all. So Ryan is very, very good at planning and setting goals and then working to achieve those goals. He's a phenomenal real estate agent. He's the best real estate agent I've ever worked with. And to see how he's built his business over the years has been amazing, but a lot of that is because he has a goal and a vision, and he works really hard to push towards that goal and vision. And so I wanted him to share with you kind of about how he does that and help you be able to plan your goals so that at the beginning of this, you have your goals, we can write them down, and then as we're going through this, you'll start to see how what you're going to do is going to help align to those goals. So, Ryan Blackstone.
Thank you for everyone who came. Very honored that you're out here. Also glad that Henry allowed me to come speak, and so to show Henry that I like him so much, I love him so much, I'm not going to speak on goal setting. No, I'm just kidding. But I really want to speak on building a life by design and not by default. This is not my saying, this is Keller Williams, but I love it and I'm clinging on to it. And really, it's really thinking about what I want to talk about is really what do you want to do? What life do you want to live? And how much does it actually cost for you to get to that life, right? So also, lovely, I don't like teaching, but I'll tell stories. So I'm going to tell stories, and I'm going to tell my story because I like talking about myself. Yay! So this is me. Right out of high school, I got to go and work with a nonprofit in another country. And this is me in front of the school hugging some of the students. And so what I want to tell you is talk to you about a story about and this is over here. So this school is primarily geared to helping people who've been human trafficked, to rehabilitate them back into society, to get them back into the school systems, to bring them back from where they were sex trafficked or whatnot, and then to kind of bring normalcy, life back to them. And I love because he always showed up with a smile, so much joy, even though what you don't see on her face is you don't see that her mom was sex trafficked. And she was actually, her mom gave birth to and obviously did not want it, could not pay for threw away in a dumpster. And got picked up by her uncle out of the dumpster, but obviously, well, not obviously, not to say it was to exploit as well by selling to other gentlemen or whatnot, so that he could then go buy alcohol and then come back home and beat, right? And when I met, just the joy and the love and the passion that she had, and to know the deepest darkness that she was in and then what she came out of. And when I was overseas, we got to work with a lot of like setting the captives free and getting rescuing them out of the bondage and slavery. We got to work with here post rehabilitation kind of situation. And it was great and all, but this earning, this pain inside of me was like, hey, how do we stop this? How do we get rid of this? And that led me into a vision. And if I can, maybe, nope, it's gonna cut it off. Okay, led me into a bit of a vision. And in my vision was really to build businesses in other countries to say, hey, don't go into sex slavery, come work with me. Also, we did a survey of many cities, and a lot of times parents would have to make the decision to sell one of the 5 kids to feed the other 4 kids. And I can't ever think of that place as being a place, I don't want to make that decision, right? And I can't judge someone who was in that position because they had 30 to 40% unemployment, right? We have like 5% and we're complaining in the US. But imagine you just literally cannot get a job, cannot pay for your family. And so out of this catalyst, it brought into this vision. And so, but I don't know how. How the freak do I do this? How do I go ahead and make this impact that I want to do in life? Well, I knew a couple things. One was, with the catalyst leads to a vision. So that catalyst, that relationship that I had with Daisy led me and birthed this vision that I want to do, this life that I want to live, this impact I want to make. And following that vision, though, you have to have a goal. Like, it's too big. I don't know how. So my goal at the time was provide my future family while we live in another country and build a business, right? And so I wanted to make sure that at the time, I'm single, nonprofit world doesn't pay a lot, made $15,000 a year, and so I looked up online and was like, what does an average family need to make in the US to survive? And the minimum standards, they said, was $80,000. So I literally just said, okay, that's my goal. To get to my big vision, I need to first make sure my family and myself are okay while we build businesses overseas. And this is the goal I need to make for passive income. And so in that, the couple things I knew was I knew people well. But I had no idea about business. I knew nothing about business. And then secondly, I knew that real estate was the #1 way to make money. In fact, it's the #1 way which if you're a millionaire or above, you probably did it more than likely through real estate and to build wealth. So with every goal, you need a roadmap to get there. And my roadmap right now was, okay, I need to make $80,000 a year, which means $6,700 a month to survive. And then I put a timeline on it, and my timeline was 10 years. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come back to the States. I'm only going to stay in the States for 10 years. We're going to go through that journey in graph form. Yay! So I knew at that time that $6,700 a month, and if I were to get an ideal real estate thing, I was like, I'm going to get $300 a door. Now in this industry, if you haven't been in this industry, one single family equals 1 door. Two doors equals a duplex. 3 doors is a triplex, right? So when I say doors, I'm saying 1 rental unit, right? So my thought process was at that time I could get $300 per door, which means I needed 22 doors or 11 duplexes. That's how I roughly pulled it down to $80,000 a month. And so in that, I was like, okay, for the first 4 years, this is back 2011, 2012, first 4 years, I'm going to the U of A, I'm going to get my degree in business because I got to learn what business even means. Then I'm going to start investing, right? And so 2016, I'm going to buy 1 duplex. Then 2017, I'm going to buy another duplex. And then 2018, I'm going to buy a duplex and a single family. 2019, 2 duplexes, 2020, 5 duplexes, and then once I buy 6 duplexes in 2021, I'll have reached my goal of 22 doors. Now, obviously, I'm making tons of money, $300 a door here, that I'm gonna roll that money into making more doors and building that up, right? So, let's talk about how it went. 2016 happened, and guess what? Here's my goal, and here is what I did. I bought nothing. So failed. Okay, keep going. 2017 comes around, and my goal now, though, is 4 deals. But you see that I only bought 1 duplex, and my wife and I purchased it and house hacked it in Springdale. And in that, I was like, man, I'm going to do great. I'm going to remodel this, get a high monthly rent in there. And so in that, 2018 comes around, right? In 2018, I now need to buy 2 duplexes and 1 single family house. But you know what? I bought nothing because I was so exhausted from renovating that duplex all by myself. And I was like, I don't have the time, space, or capacity to buy another one. But now we go into 2019. 2019, I then, thank you, Henry. Click the button, please. Henry sells me a duplex. Hey! But this...
First of all, I had to twist his arm to buy this duplex. He was not going to buy it. And I literally had to talk him into it because it was a stupid deal not to buy.
Okay.
And it was such a stupid deal not to buy, I now regret letting him buy it. I worth so much more money now than when I sold it.
Let's be honest. Henry doesn't like Daisy. No, I'm just kidding. He wouldn't give me closing costs for the duplex. No, I'm just kidding. So he gratefully sold me this duplex. My wife and I paid someone to renovate it. Then we moved into that duplex, rented one side out, rented the one that we were in before, and now we have 4 units, right? But again, this gap is growing for what I need to do to hit my goal. And so in 2020, COVID hit. And I thought the world was falling. And I was like, double dip. This market is going to do a double dip and it's going to go downhill. And so I bought nothing, right? 0 deals. And now my gap is so much. And what do you do when your gap is so much? You, 2021, overcompensate and buy more, right? And so in that moment, I bought 2 duplexes as well. And then I bought into a storage unit facility with a buddy of mine, which Henry got me connected with. Thank you, Henry. And so I just gave this guy money and we bought storage units, and it equated to 4 doors, right? I bought 4 doors personally for myself, and then I bought storage units that equated to 4 doors in passive income. So then I'm feeling good, right? And then we keep going and we buy another storage unit facility down in Little Rock. That gives me an equivalent. No, I'm sorry. Click the button. This is our office. I buy a commercial space, which is an old daycare, crappy thing, horrible. And now I'm getting passive income. Thank you, Henry and John, for renting office space from me.
As you can see, his business would be trash without it.
So I got an equivalent of 4 doors out of buying this office space. And I just did it honestly for my team because my team needed a space. So then in 2023, we keep continuing. The gap now, 2021, I should already be overseas, right? I have missed my 10-year window. But then I'm still growing, and so we bought another storage unit facility that equated to 2 more deals, 2 more cash flow deals. So now 2024, literally in 2024, I haven't bought a real deal except for I'm buying a personal house that I'm moving into right after this. Yay! So my wife and I have been house hacking for all this time, and now we're finally buying a house like real people. Yes! And there's the house. Yay! Okay, keep going forward. What I want you to see is, one, I had a goal for 22 doors and I hit 19, right? So I didn't quite hit my goal in unit count, but I reached that 80,000 passive income back in 2023, okay? And I want you to know that what you aren't seeing in this is you must have two vehicles to actually build a life by design. And those two vehicles are that one that makes you money, and then one that where your money makes you money. And what I just showed you is where your money makes you money. And everyone wants to retire early, get the cash flow, and have that passive income. But what you find out is while you're doing the process of buying duplexes, you just spent $40,000, $50,000 out. And then, oh, you have nothing else in your savings account? What do you do there, right? And in that realm, you need to find a vehicle that makes you money. So some examples for me was sales. I would sell real estate. Thank you, Henry, again. I would sell real estate, and that would make me commissions. And that commissions, I would then throw it into my vehicle of buying multifamily or storage units, right? For Henry, Henry burned the candle at both ends for 3 years, where he worked a high-paying job and flipped properties. He would work from 8 to 5, get off, and then go to real estate appointments to go purchase properties, right? And then when he sold those, he would then turn it into rental properties. So, or you could, because I have to do this because we're at Henry's thing, you could buy it with no money down, but you've got to find a really, really good deal. And that is very much true in the case. You don't need money if you find really, really good deals. Sometimes though, I'm going to be honest, it's either going to take time or money or both to find those really good deals. Okay, continuing on. My key takeaways from this time and my life there is like, regardless of how long it took, I got there. I showed you a bunch of failures and nothing happened in an ideal world. There was a lot of mistakes made, but I had this still burning passion to get to financial independence, retire early, and I got there because I kept going despite the hardships. Second is time in the market beats timing the market every day. This is a saying that is across all real estate investing. And let me tell you why. My goal was $300 per door. I will tell you right now that I have more doors making more than $300 a door just because I've been in it for a long time. Well, what's long? I'm young, you know. So, all right. 3 is even if I have to sell property, which what I didn't show you is we did eventually sell the 2 storage unit facilities. In fact, the last one we just closed on last week. But I have options, right? I could throw that money into the stock, the profits I made. I could throw it into the stock market and make passive income there. Or I could pay off debt from my other real estate that I own. And then if I have that free and clear, then I have that cash flow to secure that $80,000 that I need. So fourth, well, there is no fourth. Okay, learning comes through doing. So if I were to do this again, I would not have started, there is no learn then do, right? It is learn and do, right? And so I would have gotten to my goal faster if I was just doing it while I was learning as I go. And so through that, even that, Henry had a catalyst. And if you know Henry's story, you know that he was living the American dream, right? He had the house, he had the car, he had the beautiful wife, and then his wife comes to him and says, I'm pregnant. And he's like, oh shoot, how am I going to provide for this little one? What am I leaving as a legacy for this little one? What am I going to do? I'm having a kid, right? And so that catalyst turned and moved him. Now, this slide is just to say, listen to your wife. Your wife knows what you're doing. And I bet you she knew what was going to happen. That catalyst, having JoJo, their first child, would lead them to, in 6 years, coming up with 120 plus doors that they own today. So yeah, it was a catalyst, and it was still also hard, which this is the reason why, I don't know why I'm emotional, I need more coffee. But JoJo is the reason why he worked full time and then also went and flipped properties and bought more properties in the evening. This is why, right? And you need that why. You need that catalyst. Keep going. So, homework. How much am I on time?
You're good, man. No,
Am I?
fine.
Okay. Because...
You're fine.
All right, so this is what I want you to do. First off is, click the button, is I want you to really figure out and write down real quick, how much do you spend a year, right? And then what in your life do you need to add to your life to make it a life by design, the perfect life that you want, right? What is that number? And in that, I want you to also to take that out, and you don't have to do this all right now, but then you would take that number and get it a monthly amount, right? What is that monthly amount you need? Is it $80,000, right? Is it $100,000? What is it, right? And then take that monthly amount, and then what I want you to do is think about it like I did and say, hey, if I'm going to buy real estate properties and I'm going to get this passive income and I'm going to build a life by design and be financially independent, retire early, or just retire. Where's my old people? Yeah. Okay. Then what kind of deal can you get? Could you get $100 a door or $300 a door? And you'll take that monthly amount and divide it by that, so then you can have your amount of doors that you need, okay? Then give it a timeline, right? When do you need to get or want to be at that life by design life? And then start building your roadmap to get there. Notice I didn't make it really tough and hard for me at the beginning. All I had to do was buy one duplex. And then the next year, all I had to do was buy another duplex. And then I had to buy a duplex in a single family house, right? So I gradually made it harder. But when you have that number of doors you need and then you progressively ramp it up, hopefully what you're doing is you're learning through that process, so it makes it easier as you go. All right. Now, other homework. Get connected to a group or a people, right? To hold yourself accountable, right? To have people to discuss who knows your goals, knows what you're looking for, and who will push you. Henry, and a couple investors and I would meet in the morning at like 5:30 a.m. I was still sleeping, but just sleepwalking, right? But we would meet and talk about real estate and be around it, and it like helped encourage and keep us like, where are we going? What are we doing? Then what is your catalyst that will make your dream come true? Because I'm going to be honest, like, you can have it, right? You can say, ooh, I want the girl, the car, the house, the boat, the yacht, whatever. You can do it. But I will tell you that is not going to be enough to get you through the hardships. You'll start it and then you'll stop, right? So you got to really figure out, go deep inside you to figure out what's motivating you to get to where you're going, right? And I had 40 minutes to tell you about goal setting, where Brandon Turner has a whole day.
You ain't Brandon Turner.
I know. But what I want to say is you can go online and you can get all you need for some goal setting, or write down what your personal goal is, your spiritual goal is, your work related, that's good, right? But if you take no action on that goal, then it means nothing. If you have no reason to push you or motivate you to go to that hardship, to choose that hard, it means nothing. And so what I want to tell you today is figure out what that is and hold on to it. You probably already have it or are holding on to it. Okay. Now, a goal starts with a vision. What is that vision? And the vision starts with some kind of catalyst, some kind of reason why, some kind of thing you want, what life you and legacy you want to leave. And I think that, so I'm just pressing the point home. Where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a reason why, you will not keep going on that roadmap to purchase those deals that you need to do and do the hardship you need. Cool. I think that's it. Man, I thought I was going to talk a lot longer. Good. All right. We good?
You're good, man.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Really good.
All right, so I hope that you are able to find your catalyst. What's that thing that's gonna keep you driving through the hardship of investing in real estate? And I really hope that you find that. If you want to invest in Northwest Arkansas, please feel free to reach out to us and my team. Links are in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.